One of the biggest mistakes that we all make in life is that we tend to personalize what is being done or what is being said. Okay? How many times do we use the phrase, to me? How come you're being so mean to me? Why do all of these bad things keep happening to me? Nothing happens to you. Okay? Somebody else's bad behavior is not about you. But they're all looking at me like, what? What do you mean it's not about me? It's not about you. Do you know what behavior is? Behavior is nothing more than an external expression of what's going on internally. So my behavior, if it's positive, you know that inside I'm experiencing something that's good. You may not know what that is, but I'm feeling really happy about something because it shows in the way I'm speaking and in the things that I'm doing. On the other hand, if I'm behaving in a very bad way, if I'm being rude or disrespectful or sullen or aggressive, that also is an indication of what is going on inside of me. You're not responsible for that. My behavior is not about you. My behavior is merely a reflection of what I'm experiencing internally. Does that make sense? Okay, good. All right, so someone's bad behavior is not about you. If I come up to you and I criticize you, I'm not doing anything to you. I'm simply expressing what's inside of me. As long as you don't personalize it, it won't hurt you. I always tell people, don't personalize anything except your bath towels. Okay, except I don't think people really do that anymore. So then I said, okay, only personalize your champagne glasses, but I don't know that people do that either anymore. Everything's disposable. So don't personalize anything, okay? If you can learn to listen objectively to what other people are saying, then their words won't trigger pain inside of you. So if someone comes up to me and has something negative to say to me, like if any of you were to come up to me after this workshop and say to me, Janet, I didn't like anything you said. Okay, you would never want to say that to me because I will take it personally and you will see my anger. No, I'm just kidding. I should have told you right in the beginning, one thing you want to make sure you do throughout this whole program is always agree with the instructor, okay? I am never wrong. Trust me, I know from past experience. You know that too. You know she's never wrong. That's why you come to my workshops.
So often.
I know. In fact, you want to go out to dinner tonight? My other date canceled out on me, so I'm free. Okay, so what was I saying? I was saying about not personalizing, okay? If I can learn to listen objectively to what somebody is saying, if someone comes up to me and says, I really didn't get anything out of that workshop, all right, now if I don't take that as a personal attack, if I'm able to listen objectively, well, let's see. Is there any truth to that? What did I miss? What was that person looking for that I didn't give them? Okay, if I can listen objectively, then I can learn something about myself. And guess what? Every time I learn something about myself, I grow. I improve. I become a better person. So isn't criticism a blessing in disguise? In disguise, okay? You got to get past the outward appearance, like, oh, I got criticized. When I first started giving these workshops about 15 years ago, I used to hand out evaluation forms because I wanted to know what people liked about the presentation and what they didn't like. And I would always say to people, please go heavier on the criticism than on the compliments, because while the compliments are great, I don't learn from them. I learn more from your criticisms. Now, I will tell you that they were painful at times, all three of them that I received. Okay, as a matter of fact, one I was so upset about. I was so distraught. I wanted to burn it. And then I said, no, save it, because it was a valid observation. So I put it in my file cabinet with all my other evaluation forms. And about 5 or 6 years later, I went back and read it over again. And I read it and I said, that wasn't so bad. As a matter of fact, there were some valid points that this person made. But at the time that this person wrote them, I wasn't open enough to hearing them. So it really hurt initially. When I went back 5 or 6 years later, I was more objective about it. Okay? So if you can accept and appreciate, not just accept, but also appreciate another person's point of view, maybe something about yourself. It's the hardest thing we have to do is listen to criticism about ourselves. Okay? But it's important for our own personal growth.